I need you guys to see something. Guys, this is a thread of YouTube comments from people who take Family Guy clips way too seriously. Now, you know about the Family Guy funny moments on YouTube, right? There appears to be a episode here where, I don't know, I guess Peter, like... he became a crackhead or something. And, I mean, it's probably like a cutaway gag. And somebody commented, they said, this is the worst Peter has ever been. At this point, he's just in pain. There's people who take Family Guy seriously. All right, so here's a cutaway gag where Peter is yelling at a pregnant woman and her husband to, like, go out in the cold and leave. And they said, I've lost respect for Peter. It's a fucking cartoon, man. They're trying to be funny, man. People on YouTube think Family Guy has canon lore. You know how I keep saying the people on YouTube are the dumbest people on earth? Like, the actual average YouTube audience viewer, it has maybe like a negative IQ. This is what I'm talking about. I know you're thinking, you don't even want to believe these people are real. You want to think they're bots or something. Like, there's no way there's people in the world that are this stupid. So here's Peter. The gag is they're working on a house. See, this is the side of Peter that I like. Creative and productive and with the goal of having harmless fun. He should have warned Lois so she wouldn't hurt herself. But aside from that, I think this is a good use of his boundless creative energy. Get a fucking job? Go outside? Are you kidding me, man? This is the same cartoon where they vomit for 3 minutes straight. Why are you psychoanalyzing the main character? He's doing a psych eval on Peter Griffin. So in this, what I assume is like a cutaway gag, Cleveland gets shot and dies, which is obviously not permanent. Like, I'm sure they reversed it. Like, I'm sure he didn't really die. I almost cried. Death wasn't deserved. Dude, get a life. You are not okay. Cleveland Brown is a cartoon character. You were probably supposed to laugh at this. Yeah, we know he lived. He had an entire spinoff. I am the Meg in my family. Everyone hates me for some reason. The more I try to fit in, the more of a joke I become. Okay, this one's sad. Not gonna laugh at this one. All right, maybe a little bit. This was so unnecessarily cruel to shun Peter out of his own home, not letting him in even when he scratches at the door, to force him to go into the Peter house, and to not even let him back in when a storm lashes at him outside. What was Lois thinking? This makes me sick. No, he deserves it, dude. You know, and here's the thing, right? Like, if you want to talk about this, or if you want to talk like this, I should say, about a television show, you know, I mean, that's fine. Analyze it, talk about the way it made you feel, talk about the characters, like, yeah, man, like, that's totally legit. That's totally legit and valid. But you're doing it with Family Guy. Why are you doing it with Family Guy? These are the same the same people who watch the Dar Man videos unironically. Yes! Seeing this as a young adult, you really see how much of a red flag emoji Lois is. Jesus, she gets a frying pan because our husband is tickling her. I know the family isn't perfect, but man, their characters went down through the season. They're turning it into like a critique about the fucking quality of the show itself. I mean, I don't know, did you feel this way about Wilma Flintstone as well? Guys, I watch Family Guy for morals. Absolutely, like deranged energy. So here's one, this one rules, from Instagram. It says Chris Crash Out, and you can see it's one of those little cutaway gag where Chris Griffin has decapitated his father. And the commenter says, I'd never forgive myself if I did that to my dad. Oh, no, you wouldn't? No, you wouldn't? You wouldn't forgive yourself if you decapitated your own father? No, you don't think so? Maybe after some community service? What if it was an accident? It clearly wasn't. Guys, this one's a little bit yikes. There's a woman with a black eye. I want to kill that guy. What did this to her? I like to dominate women, but not like that. That goes too far. You're telling me that's a bit? You really think that this guy, you really think he wrote that ironically? He didn't. I like to dominate woman. Woman, by the way, singular, not plural. I like to dominate woman, but not like that. That goes too far. That's where I draw the line, right? Shut the fuck up. As if you've ever touched a woman. Yeah. This one kind of acknowledges how stupid that he is for making a comment like this. Even though this is a cutaway gag, the fact that Peter, who is normally a self-absorbed and moral moronic tool of the highest order is going out of his way to be so caring and gentle with old disabled Brian is honestly pretty touching. Even if it's implied they are potentially taking him to be put to sleep, Peter is actually being a kind, decent person. And with how much unpleasant Flanderization the family has gone through over the years, it's a nice scene all around. All right, we'll let this one slide. He's got a point. I'll allow this one. I'll allow this one. It's not that deep, bro. Yeah, but that applies to any of these. This one's great. So this guy thinks that Peter Griffin exists and is speaking directly to him. Haha, love you, Peter. You never fail to make an old fart like me chuckle. Crying, laughing emoji. Don't tell the missus I was watching. Well, don't worry, he won't. But this guy will. She knows. What? No way. From Ryan Connell to Seth McFarland personally. I guess this off thinks that Seth MacFarlane is running all of the YouTube channels that steal his content. I guess he thinks Seth MacFarlane operates personally all of the Family Guy funny moment YouTube channels. Because again, don't forget, he is a guy commenting on YouTube. He's lucky if he's got a quarter of a brain cell left.